Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Cosplaygirlbudgets, and today we are doing my 1K cash stuffing. So if you saw my previous video, you would know that I have done some overtime and I had my bonus check, so I'm putting majority of that money to my emergency fund in order to complete my 1K goal this year. So we're gonna get right into it. I have this money that's set aside from my paycheck, so let's count it. I think it should be $450. So let's pull out my calculator and give this a count. 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 40, 60, 82. 20, 40, 60, 83. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 94. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95. Okay, maybe it's 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Alright, so plus 50. So this is 550. And then we also completed our challenge here by Tanya's Budget and Chaotic Life, which saved us $200, but I saved a little bit extra. I think it was about $14 that I saved extra. And that's in this binder here. So we'll take this out. And I did kind of figure out what happened, so I didn't put the extra, there's an extra $10 in the money that I put aside, so that should have been in here. So when I count this, it should be 204. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 1, 2, 3, 4. So plus 204. Oops, did I do the wrong one? Oh no, I did. I did it correct. So we have $754 that we're cash stuffing today. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for your comments on my last video. I really appreciate you all watching. And yeah, so after all said and done, we should have an extra $14 in here, and I will show you what we'll do with that. Begin. I do already have some money cash stuffed in here, so by the end of this should be all filled up. And I told you guys before, this would be a little bit of a chatty video since we're just kind of cash stuffing the money into here. So 10 is already done, 20 and 25, 35, so the next step is 45. So if y'all haven't really noticed, so if you guys haven't noticed already, I have been a little bit inconsistent with my cash stuffings, and that is because I have been doing a lot of travel, a lot of hanging out with friends, and trying to find myself after being broken up with my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend now of, I think we were 6 years, and now we are coming up to the anniversary of when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of soul searching and just trying to figure out who I am, and in that process I told myself that I would be a little more loose with my finances. So I have been definitely spending money on my credit cards, and I have been overshooting my budget quite a bit. So I'm here to tell you that I have a plan. So $35 in here, and I'm going to get myself out of debt. And this is going to require a lot of discipline on my part because I have racked up my credit cards really high, and I am going to show you the numbers. I am a little nervous because, well, I don't know, I guess I feel like I know I gave myself the room to experience travel and figure out where I want to move in the future, which I believe that I'm going to be moving to Charlotte in the future. I really enjoyed Charlotte. I know I told you guys all about it. I went back at the beginning of this year, and I think that's where I'm going to end up. Now it's trying to bring down all of my credit cards in order to move successfully without getting more debt. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, at least in my thought process, because now the credit card that I used to do a balance transfer, that time period of no fees or anything like that has passed. So now the minimum went way higher than I thought it was going to be. So now my minimum monthly payments for my credit cards has gone up to a point where I feel a little bit tight financially. It's $10 in here. Aren't these so cute? So yeah, I feel a little bit, for lack of a better words, financially choked. And I know I am not blaming anyone except for myself, and at the same time, I know I need to be gentle with myself because life happens, and I know I could have controlled the situation a lot better, but I have to forgive myself and continue my journey of getting myself out of debt. So this is kind of a video to share with you my thoughts and also just where my head is at, because I feel kind of like a fraud, so to speak, because I started this channel to get out of debt, not to get more into debt, and I feel like that's what I've been doing all year. And yeah, so I am just laying out the cards, and I just want to like forgive myself for what I've done in the past and try to better myself in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if anyone feels like that, like they're just spending beyond their means and they feel like out of control, I'm there with you, and don't worry, you can put your mind to it and get out of it, just like I'm going to do, and I'm going to share with you my plan in order to get out of it. So I am going to continue to stuff these, but I just wanted to kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 share with you where I'm at this point of the year, because I only have 2 more events to go this year, and I need to make sure that I don't do anything else. So it's going to be my friend's wedding and my trip to Las Vegas. Both things that I kind of can't cancel. One, because it's my best friend's wedding and I'm the maid of honor and I'm making her dress, so I cannot not go. And Las Vegas, I have already paid for a majority of the trip, so I can not go to that as well. So I kind of have to accept where I am at in terms of trips, but I will not be adding any more, that's for sure. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've been kind of like, I've been enjoying my time with my friends and my family, but I need more change. Hold on. Alright, hopefully that will be enough. Please don't mind the boat horn in the background. So 25 in here. Alright, I don't know if that boat's gonna keep going, but we have $45 that's going in here. Yeah, so I've just been kind of feeling kind of down in the dumps and unmotivated because I have just had no self-control when it comes to my finances lately. And I think a big part of it is that I don't really know how to say no to going to events. I do not know how to say no to going to events because I feel like we only have one life and I want to live said life. But I do need to learn how to say no when it is not within my means. And that's something that is going to be a bit of a struggle for me for the rest of the year, especially since we're going into holiday season in October. So I'm hoping that I can have the willpower to say no to big events. Like if it's a small event, I will try and save up for it, but I can't do any more spur of the moment things. So that is just the reality of my situation, and I kind of have to accept it. 20, 30, 40, 50. So yeah. Alrighty, with that, we have completed the 1K binder. Look how nice and thick that is, woohoo! So, I'm very thankful for my bonus and my overtime for helping me complete this. So now I feel a little bit more secure in terms of emergencies, and now I can really start to focus on paying down my debt. So I'm going to wrap this up and put this to the side, and I will show you what I'm going to do with this $14. We are going to put it in my Adventure Awaits binder towards my occasions. So after my whole spiel, you're like, oh, you might be like, why is she putting it towards, you know, travel? And this is because occasions is for my friend's wedding, and this is going towards paying off what I already prepaid for the hotel. So now in occasions we have 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So this will go towards my credit card for sure. So that's why I'm putting it in there. And that's it for this. Alrighty, so now here comes the part you may or you may have been waiting for. I know I've been telling you that I'm going to do a little bit of a debt confession, and here we are. I am a little nervous, to be honest. I know that this is a safe place and that everyone will be supportive and gentle, at least the people who are here to support my channel. But yeah, I am a little bit nervous this time because if you have been following me for a very long time, you know how well I did last year and the year before that. I've been doing this for, gosh, 3 or 4 years now. I've been on YouTube, and I just feel like I should be way ahead than I am. But life throws you curveballs, and I'm gonna roll with it and make a plan and stick to it. So this plan is based off my discipline, and I feel like I have plenty of examples of myself being able to be disciplined in the past. So here's hoping I'm going to be disciplined, but here is my debt confession. All right, hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in. Okay, so these are my credit cards, my car payment, and my student loan. So for my Visa card, I have $8,062.26 with a minimum payment of $199. I have an American Express Rewards card for $7,072.70, and my minimum payment is $155. I have a Chase card, which is at $1,429.88 with a minimum payment of $40. I have a Citi card, which is at $4,093.86 at a minimum of $147 for my payment. So in total, my credit card payments are at $541. My car payment is at $9,649.17, and the minimum payment is $202.66. I know I didn't write that, but that's what it is. And student loan is at $30,020.83, and the minimum payment is $144.12. I was very fortunate with my student loan. I don't know if I shared this with the channel, that one of my loans was forgiven because the Arts Institute was sued for malpractice in terms of they lied to their alumni saying that they would be able to get jobs through them. So there was a whole lawsuit and they forgave the loan. So that is why my loan now is $30,000, which I'm super grateful for, because before it was $49,000. Not that it feels like a lot's gone, but it's definitely a big chunk of money off of my student loan, so I'm very thankful for that. My total debt is $60,328.70. My total credit card debt is $20,658.70. So with that being said, my plan to get out of debt is by consolidating my credit cards. Now, if you rewind back to what I said, that this would be a disciplined plan, this is where discipline comes into plan. The reason being is that, yes, I can take out a personal loan and pay off this debt, or pay off the credit cards and consolidate it into one debt and one monthly payment versus multiple minimum payments. But the discipline comes into not using these cards, because if I do that, then I will not be able to pay my loan payment. So that is where the discipline comes in, and where I have been, I guess, struggling with a little bit, because part of me wants to keep the same lifestyle, but at the same time I know that this lifestyle is not sustainable and that I can't keep spending beyond my means, because I am putting myself more and more into a hole. So that is where my headspace is at. That is kind of my plan. I do plan to take out a $20,000 personal loan from my credit union that I use. And the best part of a credit card union is that they're usually lower in interest. So I will be saving on interest, and this is how I'm going to be getting out of debt. Yeah, so that's my plan. Hopefully I will be able to be disciplined with myself. I think knowing that I only have a certain amount of money to pay for the loan and survive, I think that will keep me in check as long as I continue to budget. I definitely fell off of budgeting for a very long time, and I think that's why I was very careless with my credit cards, and as well as not being able to say no to certain events. So something I will definitely practice. I am going to definitely put a chunk of money from my next paycheck into my debt, because I do have a little bit of wiggle room between the dates of when my rent is due. So, but that is for my next video. I do want to show you kind of like where I'm at. I did originally do a little breakdown of what a $19,000 loan would be at 48 months. I do plan to do a $20,000 loan, so I wish I did that for you guys, the math. Maybe I'll let me do that real quick. Okay, so I did the math real quick, so please ignore all this. Let me just ugly scribble that out. So 20,000 is what I'm planning to do for 72 months, and originally I wanted to do 48 months so I wouldn't be paying it for forever. But I had a thought that if I can have my minimum very low, then I have the choice to put more, or if I need that money for emergencies, then I have the ability to have that money. But so I did the quick math at 8.99%, which is the lowest for a personal loan. It's at $360.40, and I did a medium-ish. I guess I should have put like more than that, but I did 11%, and that's also at $380.67. And at its highest rate, it's at 18,000, which, or sorry, 18%, which is at $456.12. I do have pretty good, decent credit, so I do not believe I will get the high interest rate. But I do want to show what it would be at minimum to high, so hopefully I fall in between there. But at the same time, it will be less than what my minimum payment is with everything separate, because my minimum payment altogether is currently at $541. So it's definitely a lot more. Now, I calculated what I get paid roughly in a month without overtime or any working holiday or something like that. So it's around $34,000, let's say. So my rent currently is at $1,850, my student loan payment $144.12, car payment $202.66 for NYSAG, which is my utilities. Gas and electric is at $100, my cell phone at $103, car insurance at $103, Spectrum $57. So roughly my monthly bills come out to $2,559.78, which means I have a leftover of about $847.74. A rough estimate of groceries, gas, and just needs for Enzo is about $440. So that leaves me of a leftover of $407.74 roughly for the month in order to pay that loan. So part of the reason why, part of the debt that I acquired was helping a family member. So that family member is going to be giving me roughly from anywhere from $200 to $250. So that is going to go straight to the loan, which leaves me with a little extra money. And so that's why I feel comfortable in taking out this personal loan, because I will have leftover money to, survive. With, necessities and stuff. This is just bare necessities, but, sometimes bills can be higher or lower, so I do need some sort of wiggle room. I will probably pay the minimum amount until after October, because that's when my trip is. So I do want to stop the cycle and save up money to essentially eat, drink, you know, be merry in my vacations, so that way I am not I'm not overspending essentially and putting it on credit cards, and there goes the cycle again and again. So in order to avoid that, that is why I decided to go with a longer month in order to bring down the minimum. So that is my plan. Wish me luck. Yeah, so eventually, you know, I won't have my car payment. Eventually, I started at $12,100 and now it's down to the $9,000 here. So I did pay roughly a little over $2,000 towards it already, and it's been about a year and a couple months, I would say. So I forget how long that monthly payment is. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, so this monthly car payment is for 72 months as well. So I've already done like a little more, I guess almost a year and a half, maybe a little bit more, because I took out a loan in March of last year. So almost 2 years paying down this car payment. So that'll definitely be done before I will be done paying off the personal loan. So that money that I'm putting towards my car payment will go towards the loan payment. So hopefully I will be paying off the personal loan in less than 5 years. So that is the plan. I hope that that made sense. If you guys have any questions on anything, please let me know down below. But I wanted to share my plan, not only to keep myself accountable, but also to share with you different strategies that could possibly work for you. But again, this strategy is based off of discipline. I have seen situations where people have done a personal loan and consolidated, and instead of not using the credit cards, they went straight back to using their credit cards, thus putting them more deeper into debt. So if you have no control over your spending habits, which I know I have not demonstrated that this year, but in past years I have been very disciplined, and I have no doubt that I can be disciplined again. So this is why I'm putting trust in myself to go through with this plan. But if you don't have that trust in yourself, then I do not suggest this plan. But I did want to share what I'm doing with my personal finances, and I also want to do a little bit of a disclaimer that I am not in any way, shape, or form a professional. This channel is to share my experience with finances and how I get myself out of debt, as well as save and travel and stuff, which I haven't really been doing a lot of saving this year, except for this 1K now, and that will stay in my bank account for only emergencies. So that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below and I will try my best to get back to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.